Hi, I'm Pastor Dave, and this is my lovely wife Jennifer, as our grandson reminds us about that. It's how we introduce ourselves. Also known as Dave and Jen Ignite. Perhaps you know us from those videos. We are here today. It's May 13th, 2020, in the midst of the COVID-19 coronavirus, to give an update. And some things have been changing. Mayor Hogsett, who oversees the Marion County, Indianapolis area, made an announcement today, so we want to update you on that. Some things are different, some things have stayed the same.
And one of the main things that have stayed the same is that we want to continue to live in faith over fear. I have this shirt and I love it. I wear it as much as I can and get lots of comments on it. But to live in faith over fear, live with wisdom over carelessness, to live with joy over gloom, to live with service over self, and to, when you worry, to live in worship over worry. If we can remember those things just in and of themselves, life will be a lot smoother. That doesn't mean things are going to go well and go perfectly. It just means that we will be better equipped to handle it.
Well, here's the update for Marion County, Indianapolis, and that is Mayor Hogsett's announcements today said that these changes will take effect on Friday, the 15th. So, portions of the Stage 2 for Indiana, Governor Holcomb's plan of back-end movement here for the state of Indiana will take effect, but not all. For us, as a gathering group of believers, a church, the portion of Stage 2 that is into effect, that affects us directly, is that worship, gathering for religious services, has moved from 10 people all the way up to 25. So, for all practical purposes, for our worship services anyway, we will continue to meet virtually. And that's okay. Praise the Lord, we have that kind of an opportunity. But we will continue to meet virtually until other announcements are made. And he has said that there would be another announcement at the beginning of June, 2 weeks from now or so. And so we'll await that. But please understand that for our local church, and I know your church is doing the same. Your church is working hard to make sure and make things safe for people, to help them feel secure when they come back together to worship. And that's what we are doing at Ritter Church as well. So pray for your church, pray for your pastor, your local board of administration, whatever your leadership team is called, that they'll be making some great choices, and pray that the congregation will be understanding as those decisions are made. So for our church, Ritter Avenue Church, our earliest time to get back together for gathered worship is still set for June 7th. Now that may be a bit early, so we will just have to wait and continue to listen. We're not at a point where we can know for sure, but at this point, June 7th would be our first time to be back together as a gathered church. And oh man, what a glorious time that's going to be.
Sure
we will have a great, great time.
Absolutely. And one of the things that we are asking for Ritter is that we just want you all to know that we are doing everything that we can. We're brainstorming with our leadership on ways to make sure that you do feel safe. As Pastor Dave just said, that's our goal, to make sure that everyone feels safe and that we'll each do our part in helping to create that as safe as possible environment, knowing we can't absolutely get rid of all germs, but we will do our very best to make sure that when we do get back together as a congregation inside the ministry facility, that we will have protocols in place to make sure that people are safe as possible and that we can worship together once more as a corporate body of his believers. Remembering too that the church is not the building. The church may be closed and may be empty, but it is certainly alive and it is everywhere. So keep that in mind too, that when you're doing some virtual worship, there are other people worshiping right alongside and God's name is lifted up. So be encouraged, even though it might be a delay. June 7th would be great, but if it's later, okay. We will just make sure that we are still lifting up the name of the Lord as much as possible, and we hope that you will do the same.
It's all about the Lord.
Yes.
That's why we live. We live for Jesus. Well, until we meet again, I'm Pastor Dave.
And I'm Jen, and Lord bless you.
May it be so.